Now we're going to put to work those sine and cosine sum and difference identities that we've talked about previously. And this first one's pretty easy. It tells us everything we need for this problem. If you look right here, it's sine of A, cosine of A, sine of B, and cosine of B. It just gives us fractions, and it says, what is sine of A plus B? What is cosine of A minus B? So all we have to do is plug in these fractions that it gives us into the equation that we know and love for the trig identity. Sines can't change signs. That's this first one. And cosine changes the silly sign. Right there. You have to memorize these things. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, I take negative 24 over 25 as my sine of A. And let's just plop that down here while I'm at it, so I don't have to change pens quite as much. And cosine of B, what is that? Well, that's negative 5/13. Negative 5/13. There we go. And I'll just put that down here. And what else do we have? Cosine in purple. That's cosine of A. That's negative 7/25. And I'll put that over here, negative 7/25. And sine of B is our last one. That's going to be negative 12 over 13. Negative 12 over 13. Most problems that we do will not be asking you for both of these at once. It'll just say, hey, what's one or the other? This one asks for both because, honestly, it's kind of a short problem. We can do this very quickly. So, negative 24 times negative 5. Math, 120, 120. So that's 120 over 400, 300, 325, I think. There we go. 120 over 325 plus something else over 325. Okay, 7 times 12, 70, 84, I think. Okay, so this one equals 204 over 325. And that's as far as you need to go. All right? I mean, you can simplify it if you want. I don't think there's any particular need to in this one. The problem's not going to mark you wrong if you didn't simplify it. Because the point here is, do you know this trig identity? Do you know that sines can't change signs and cosine changes the silly sign? And how to substitute in these fractions? I'm not trying to nail you guys on simplifying fractions. But do me a favor, don't leave it like this. I mean, that's just rude. Come on, we can do a little bit here. Just turn it into a single fraction. And then on the bottom, what do we have? That's 35 over 325. And yikes, what is this one? 140, 288, I think. 288 over 325. So that one's equal to, oh, this is the hard part. This is addition. 323 over 325. Okay, so there's our two answers.